guys, happy Monday. It's Joe, and it's time for Puck It with Joe. Hope you guys are all having an incredible start to the day. I want to say a big shout out to everyone, no matter where you're watching, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, where else? TikTok. If you're on TikTok, come on over to the live chat in YouTube if you want to interact with the show. Now, you guys, we have 6 games on the card today. I'm really excited for today's card. And I'm really freaking bummed yesterday. We took that long shot parlay. We had 5 games in the parlay. There was only one that didn't hit. If you guys bet that with me, you guys will know exactly which one that is. We lost by the hook. We could have even got the push if it would have been at 6. Drop in the comments if you know which game lost us that money yesterday. But we had some big winners this weekend. I hope you guys chase that plus money with the Senators on Saturday and also faded the New York Rangers. We knew that was the perfect spot to hit it. We're going to have some good games today on the ices. Couple totals I'm looking at rather than sides. I think some of these games are kind of tricky, but we're going to go over each and every one of these. Big shout out to everyone. I see your comments coming in. Appreciate all the same names coming in every day. It means a lot that you guys spend this hour, half an hour, whatever the show ends up being with me daily. That Wild and the Stars, I tell you, going to overtime with the Wild, it was a crazy one, but we were able to get the win there. I was on the edge of my seat. I was just jumping up and down for that one. Big shout out to you guys. Appreciate each and every one of you. So let's jump into the show here. Like I said, 6 games on the board here today. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's break the first one down. We have the Colorado Avalanche taking on the Philadelphia Flyers. Now, in this one, the Avs coming in as a large favorite here at minus 210. We have plus 172 for the Philadelphia Flyers and a total of 6. This game really is going to depend on who is confirmed for the Colorado Avalanche. Now, we know things can change in a matter of mere seconds. So let me just see if we have any goalie announcements listed. We have Georgiev confirmed here for the Colorado Avalanche. With the question marks before, if it was going to be Francois or him, was going to determine which way I took this one on the puck line with Georgiev coming in here. I have to take the Colorado Avalanche on the puck line, laying that 1.5. This team has been so strong on that puck line this season, going 13-9 and 8-5 on the road. Against this Philadelphia Flyers team, I do think they have every opportunity to have a nice big win here. Now, Carter Hart is expected for the Philadelphia Flyers, and I do like what we've seen out of him with the 2.58 goals against average, but this defense is really letting him down, allowing these shots to come in. They also are allowing that 3.24 goals per game. So I do think this is a longer day for the Philadelphia Flyers. I don't think they keep this one tight. We saw them really play a solid game versus the Devils. They have lost their last 2 and they did lose to the Devils, but it was a 3-2 game. So they were able to limit the Devils' ability to get these goals. But I think this one is kind of another letdown spot defensively for this team. And we see Colorado cover that puck line. Now, it could be a low scoring cover on that puck line as well, because I really don't feel that the Philadelphia Flyers, their ability to get these goals, they're being limited. They're only averaging 28.8 shots on goal per game, and they're being limited to that 2.36 goals per game. So I think Colorado is going to do a wonderful job here. While they might give up some more shots, they're not going to give up those goals. Their defense has been strong. They are off that loss to the Bruins. They'll be frustrated. They're going to take their frustrations out on Philadelphia here. My only concern is we see them back at home facing the Bruins on Wednesday. So if they're already in the look-ahead spot for Wednesday, I'd be more concerned if it was tomorrow, if it was back-to-back games. But with this not being back-to-back, I think they'll look at this Philadelphia Flyers team, take them on here, and then start to prepare for the Boston Bruins. The Avs have also won 5 of the last 6 meetings here between these two teams. So I love that we've got the goalie confirmation in this. And I do have to stay off this total. Now we have that goalie confirmation. This was another one, again, where depending on who was out here for the Avs, I was going to look at the total either way. With the goalie announcement of Georgiev in here, I have to just stay off this total because I think he has a really solid game in this one. But I'm not willing to lean to that under with the inability of the Philadelphia Flyers at some points in their game. So the next one, we got Jordan Binnington and the St. Louis Blues taking on the New York Rangers and Igor. Now, Binnington and Igor are expected to come out. No confirmations yet on this game. Let me just, again, recap, see if I can see any confirmations here. Oh, we do. We have Binnington and Igor both confirmed in goal. Okay, this is going to be really interesting. Now, I don't know if you heard about everyone talking about how Jordan Binnington is having tantrums basically out on the ice. He's going at people, okay? So he's losing his cool. Jordan Binnington has won a Stanley Cup. He is a good goalie, but he's letting things get under his shirt here. And I understand his frustration. His team also isn't giving him any support. They are allowing 33.3 shots on goal. Now, Jordan Binnington has a 3.27 goals against average. He used to be a lot stronger. He used to have these numbers a lot lower. Igor Shesterkin coming in here. Now, Igor has had some bumpy roads as well. He's got a 2.59. Which goalie do I trust more right now? It's definitely got to be Igor. He's more calm and collected out there. Binnington just letting the weight of the world get to him. His team not performing the way he would like. Offensively, this team isn't stepping up as well, only averaging that 2.83 goals per game and 29.9 shots on goal. Like I said, they're allowing these shots on Binnington to just rein in at 33.3 and allowing that 3.75 goals per game. Now with the New York Rangers coming in here, they aren't breaking that number of 3 either for their goals per game, averaging that 2.92 and 33.8 shots on goal. So they are getting these shots coming in. I think it's going to be a hard day for Jordan Binnington here because the New York Rangers will be getting these shots on him. His defense, again, won't limit him. Now, this team has lost their last 3 games. They lost to the Penguins on Saturday, 6-2. Jordan Binnington got pulled out of that game after allowing 4 goals on 17 shots on goal. Now, with the Rangers, they've lost their last 2 games. The last one was against the Blackhawks, and this was the one that we faded. The New York Rangers, we had to look at their situation. They were off. That hard-fought loss to the Senators, playing on the back-to-back in a game that was really, really physical in that one. So we had faded the Rangers in that situation. I don't know if I could fade them here again, but this money line is too juiced at -166. I just can't jump on it. The last time these two teams did play, the St. Louis Blues came out and just dominated in this one. I think what we're going to see in this match is if Jordan Binnington can come out with his head on straight and not flustered, this could be a game where the St. Louis Blues could win it. So I'm going to stay off aside. There is a home ice advantage for the New York Rangers. I think this is the stronger team, but they are 0-4 in their last 4 games at home. Just not a situation I want to trust them here. But we look at the St. Louis Blues. They're 1-5 in their last 6 overall. They've also gone 0-4 in their last 4 games playing on 1 day's rest. That's not a nice way to bet either team, especially I can't trust either to cover the puck line. 9-15 for the St. Louis Blues, but again, you're not getting any value. And 8-18 for the New York Rangers on that puck line, and 3-11. I thought I was like telling you the stat backwards because it just doesn't make sense. 3-11 on that puck line at home. So even when they're getting these wins as a favorite at home, they're not blowing anyone out the water. With this one, I have to hit this over though. I think what we're looking at is 2 defenses that really, while the Rangers are the better defense, between the defense and Igor, they are letting these goals come in at more than we would like to see. And the St. Louis Blues, they could have let this one go over as well. Like I said, Jordan Binnington in the last game, he allowed 4 goals and 17 shots on goal. If he comes out flustered, which he most definitely could, this one could automatically go over. So this is my least favorite game on the board, you guys. I think there's so many question marks just around Jordan Binnington and this team, how they're going to play as a whole in this one. So If you do look at the trends for that over, though, 4 of the last 5 meetings have gone over. The Blues 5-1 to that over in their last 6 overall. And the Rangers 10-3 to that over in their last 13 following a loss of 3 or more goals. You guys, I see all of you coming in here. I really appreciate you guys, again, joining me here on this beautiful, wow, it's Monday. It's hard to believe it is already Monday, December 5th. I hope everyone is having a wonderful start to the day. Igor is your man. I know Igor is definitely should have a better game here tonight. I'm really hoping Igor starts to turn things a little bit around. Big shout out to you guys. Yeah, the Rangers have been inconsistent. Shout out to Vasu here. Big one in Boston. Vegas is playing well. Yeah, we're going to get to that game right away. We're singing the blues. Yeah, we're always singing the blues, it sounds like. Okay, we're going to jump into that game between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Boston Bruins. Okay, this one, there's so many games that look so hard on the board tonight. I just hope I'm on the right side of them. The Boston Bruins coming in here at minus 184 on that money line. We know why they're here. This team is outstanding this season. 20-3 on the season, 14-0 at home. Haven't lost a game at home this season. They've won their last 23 games as a favorite. Okay, and they've covered the puck line in their last 11 games as a favorite, following a win. So they've been completely phenomenal here. It's hard to go any other way but to take the Boston Bruins here in regulation. I think they should be able to play a nice, solid game. They're off that big win over the Avs on Saturday, 5-1 win. And when I look at Vegas, we've seen Vegas play inconsistently as of late too. Now they are averaging that 3.42 goals per game and 33 shots on goal. Allmark is expected in goal for the Boston Bruins. We know how lights out he's been. He's got a 1.93 goals against average. Logan Thompson expected for the Vegas Golden Knights. He's got a 2.53. Both these teams getting these shots on goal, both scoring these goals against two phenomenal goaltenders. I think this one stays under that total of 6. I think this one comes down to which goaltender has the better day in this one. And if you're going to make me choose between Logan Thompson and Allmark, while I do think Logan Thompson is fantastic, I got to go with Allmark here. 1.93 goals against average. And he's on his home ice. This team is averaging 4 goals per game and 34.5 shots on goal. Vegas at 3.42 and 33 shots on goal. I would look at the goalie props for both of these guys in this one. I think both of these guys have a great day. I'm looking for the shots on goal to be flying. We still don't have confirmation of either of these goalies. Thomas, I just looked. We don't have confirmation. If it's not Allmark, I don't know. This is going to be a hard one. I still give Boston the edge at home. I don't think Vegas is the team to take them out and break this record of the Boston Bruins at home. I think we end up getting a weird situation where Boston finally loses at home. They're going to step up. This is Vegas rolling in. They know not to underestimate this Vegas team. So the last time these teams played, it was a 5-2 win last March for the Boston Bruins. I really don't see them getting the amount of goals needed to push this one over. Logan Thompson will be good. Swarman is good too. I totally agree. Swarman is definitely at the caliber of Logan Thompson. So if Swarman comes in and not Allmark, I think the same caliber of goalies between the two. So I'm still going to ride the Boston Bruins in regulation. My only fear is this one is a 1-1 going to OT because of a little bit of puck luck. I really do think this is a low-scoring game. I hope it doesn't go to OT, but I could see it happening. Now, I would be looking at these shots on goal props as well. We've got Jack Eichel of the Vegas Golden Knights. Now, I know I'm riding with Boston, but you still got to look at the talent of Vegas. Jack Eichel has scored the first goal in each of his last 2 games for the Vegas Golden Knights. Well, I don't think he scores the first goal again here because I think this is going to be a harder one. You can look at his shots on goal, over 3.5 at plus 108. We know that the Bruins, while they're playing strong defensively, are allowing still 29.7, and Jack Eichel has just been lighting up these shots. So I think he's one of those players that you got to look at to get these shots. Both teams playing so strong right now. We saw Vegas off that nice win over the Red Wings, 4-1. I hope you guys cashed them on that puck line with me. This team has been playing so solid. It's going to be the best game on the ice, but I do think this game is led by defense and goaltending. The under is 4-0 in the last 4 meetings in Boston and 6-2 in the last 8 meetings overall. So big defensive game here, you guys. We'll try to look at those goalie props if those numbers have come out. Anthony, I'm hitting the under in this one. Okay. The next one on the board, like I said, 6 games on the board today, you guys. Hopefully we have a nice positive day. The Washington Capitals taking on the Edmonton Oilers. The Caps coming in here at plus 132. The Edmonton Oilers at minus 160 and a total of 6.5. Okay. Lindgren is expected for the Washington Capitals. Skinner expected for the Edmonton Oilers. The Capitals have lost their last 2 games. They lost versus Calgary in their last one out, and the Kraken. Now, Edmonton's coming in off a nice win over Montreal. I was so mad at them. They're so good on their power play. I needed Montreal to keep it tight. I had Montreal plus 1.5. Edmonton ended up winning at 5-3 because of their ability to score on this power play. I think in this one, Edmonton is going to be too much for the Washington Capitals. I got to ride with the Edmonton Oilers on that puck line. On the money line, there's just no value for parlay reasons, you guys. You could hit them on that money line at minus 160. But when we look at the Oilers on the puck line, when they have played at home versus teams with or who are on a losing streak, they have covered the puck line in their last 6 games in this situation. So we know the Washington Capitals are rolling in here after losing those last 2 games. They're on a losing streak. I think Edmonton comes out and dominates. We also look at the Washington Capitals in Edmonton. They're 1-4 in their last 5 meetings in Edmonton. This team just not looking like themselves. They normally play Calgary really solid. Calgary dominated over them on the weekend. They've got a solid power kill or penalty kill, but the power play of the Edmonton Oilers is just so fantastically strong. I don't even think it will their power play will be able to be stopped by the penalty kill. The Washington Capitals is just not going to happen. They're also not averaging enough goals to compete with the Edmonton Oilers. We know defensively and goaltending wise, the Edmonton Oilers have struggled, but in this one, I see it being the Oilers dominating this one from the start and finish. So I'm going to hit the Edmonton Oilers on the puck line at minus 1.5. I get that at plus 152. Again, you guys, shop your lines. Head on over to Betstamp. Use referral code Madden to always get the best value on your bets. If you get it plus 160, even better. So shop it everywhere. The Oilers are really strong in this 6-2 situation, or sorry, 4-6 situation. I think this is a fantastic day for them here. Give me them on the puck line. And then I'm looking at the Edmonton Oilers team total. While I could see this going over, I don't trust in the Washington Capitals to get the goals in this one. Skinner expected. Now, Skinner, I think, is a better goalie than Jack Campbell. He's got a 2.91 goals against average. When we look at the Oilers team total, the team total is coming in at 3.5, hitting it to the overs minus 106. I do expect them to get 4 goals here on Lindgren. Lindgren is giving up 3.51 goals per game. And when we look at the Washington Capitals, defensively, they're allowing 31 shots on goal and 3.12 goals per game. So I think this is a great place to take the Oilers big, hit their team total over 3.5 at minus 106. The puck line at minus 1.5 at plus 152. The Oilers are 5-0 in their last 5 games to that over, 6-1 in their last, or 6-1-1 in their last 8 at home to that over, and 5-1-2 in their last 8 versus the Met. So opponents. So I really do think this is a great game just to go big on the Oilers. If they let me down, I tell ya, they're going to be dead to me. Okay, going to sprinkle the over on the Oilers a little bit and the puck line. Best of luck, Kev. It's going to be a great game. I just can't rely on Washington at the moment to get any points, but we know Edmonton could get all the goals themselves. The Arizona Coyotes and the Calgary Flames kick off at 9 o'clock Eastern tonight. Arizona coming in as a large dog in this one at plus 275. The Calgary Flames at minus 350 with a total of 6. Now, Dan Vladard has been confirmed for the Calgary Flames, which is a fantastic thing if you ask me. Dan the man is playing so strong. He's got a 2.61 goals against average. I prefer him in net over Jacob Markstrom. Against his Arizona Coyotes team, we can count on Calgary to keep rolling offensively. We saw them get those 5 goals over the Washington Capitals on the weekend, which is a team that notoriously plays them hard. I think Calgary, while we've seen a little bit of a slump offensively, now down to averaging only those 3 goals and 34.8 shots on goal, is getting into a spot where they're almost revitalizing their offensive play. We're seeing a lot smoother puck movement, especially through the neutral zone for them here. And I think versus the Arizona Coyotes, whose defense has been absolutely struggling, they have another big game in this one. So if we look at their team total, they have a team total of 3.5 at minus 130. Now, if you take that up to 4, you're getting slight plus money. I think this morning it was at plus 105. So I would definitely take that half a point because at the worst you're going to push, but I don't think so. I think Calgary gets at least 5 goals in this one. It's going to be a great game for them. Now, when we look at the Arizona Coyotes, the only thing to worry about here is they've covered the puck line in their last 5 games following overtime. This team has lost their last 4 games. They put up a complete fight versus the Canucks in that 3-2 loss. But I think Calgary offensively is going to be able to dominate in this one. Just too much talent here with Kadri, Toffoli, Lindholm, Huberdeau. We've got to get Huberdeau actually going out on that ice. I really hope that he can come out and get a goal tonight. The Coyotes have struggled in Calgary as well, going 7-19 in the last 26 meetings. So when we look at that team total of Calgary hitting it over that number of 4, they have averaged 7.33 goals per game when these two teams have played last season. So we had 3 games last season. Calgary got 17 goals against the Arizona Coyotes in those 3 games last season. So they averaged that 5.67. I don't see things changing in this one. I think this is a good get right spot for Calgary to get some confidence behind their offense. Okay, one more game on the board, you guys. We've got the Montreal Canadiens taking on the Vancouver Canucks. Now, Montreal rolling in here as the dog on the road at plus 176. We have the Vancouver Canucks coming in here at minus 220 and a total of 6.5. You guys know there's situations where you bet on the Vancouver Canucks on that puck line. I don't think it's one here today. They're 0-4 in their last 4 games on that puck line. Sam Montembeault confirmed for the Montreal Canadiens. Now, he's got a 2.47 goals against average. Jake Allen, who is the top goalie for the Montreal Canadiens, I think Sam Montembeault is better than Jake Allen's goals against average. It's in the 3s. So he's had some tougher games, so Sam hasn't played as much, but I do have confidence in him here. We can take, because he's confirmed his save shots on goal is coming in at 29.5, and I do think he goes over that. We're getting that at minus 106. Now, when we look at the Vancouver Canucks, they are only averaging that 30 shots on goal, but the Montreal Canadiens are allowing these shots to come raining in, allowing 33 shots on goal per game. So I think we have a combination of the Vancouver Canucks going over their average shots on goal because of the defense of the Montreal Canadiens, but I think Sam Montembeault can save at least 29.5 shots on goal. Give me him to save 30 shots on goal. I think Vancouver gets 32-33. I'm going to look for a higher scoring game in this one. By both of these teams. I love Montreal's team total over 2.5 at -120. I think there's so much value there. The Montreal Canadiens are averaging 2.79 goals per game. We know the Vancouver Canucks are allowing 3.76, and Spencer Martin expected in goal for the Vancouver Canucks. And while I do like him, he still has a 3.08 goals against average. So the value here on taking the Montreal Canadiens team total over 2.5 is great. I also love them. You guys, I guessed it. I love these ugly dogs. Montreal Canadiens, an ugly dog here coming in at +176. We take them on the puck line at +1.5. We're paying a little bit of juice there, but I'm sprinkling. You know it. I'm sprinkling on that money line. I love that +176 with them. And this came down to Sam Montembeault being in goal for them. I think this team has a nice win here. Now, they lost to the Edmonton Oilers on Saturday, 5-3. They've got the Kraken on deck. They're doing this West Coast trip. They need to get this win here over the Vancouver Canucks, and I really do think it happens. They are 7-3 in their last 10 meetings as well in Vancouver. So they have been getting these wins on the Vancouver home ice, and the Canucks have lost each of their last 5 games as a favorite versus Atlantic Division opponents. So that's another nail in the coffin for the Vancouver Canucks here. I'm looking also at Sean Monahan. Now, he used to play with the Calgary Flames. I was so sad to see him go. Monahan, and now for here with the Montreal Canadiens. I'm looking for his shots on goal over 2.5. It's coming in at +128. Now, the interesting thing about Monahan is he goes hot and cold very, very quickly. You have to jump on him when he's hot. He's had 51 shots on goal this season, so he's averaging that 2.1. So we are asking a lot of him in this one, but we saw in his last game out, he did get 3 shots on goal. He was limited those 4 or 5 games before that to nothing. But then we see him in other games get 7, get 4, get 5. He's one of those players that once you see him get those shots on goal in one game, playing so close, he gets another shot on goal or the shots on goal prop to the over. So I think with the plus money here, he is worth a chance for his shots on goal. And then this whole game, I like it to the over 6.5, you guys, because we can count on Vancouver to put the puck in the net a couple of times. The overs 4-1-1 in the last 6 meetings in Vancouver. Okay, that's all of the games. Let's build a parlay. I was so bummed yesterday. If you guys didn't guess which one it was, we got the parlay was the Winnipeg Jets on the money line, the Wild and the Stars over 6, the Sharks team total over 2.5, the Islanders under 6, and the Red Wings and the Columbus frickin' Blue Jackets over 6.5. It hit 6. I was so pissed off. Anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, Kev, thank you. Don't forget, you guys, smash that like button. I'd appreciate it. I got so many notes here, you guys. It's time for a new notebook. Seems like once a month. Okay, let's do this. Recap parlay time. I will get these bookmarks out. I promise. Today, this weekend, was a freaking gong show, you guys. So I apologize for not getting the bookmarks on yesterday's. But I hope you guys still were able to watch those. Always just jump to the end if you just are looking for that recap. So the Colorado Avalanche and the Philadelphia Flyers. I'm going to lay the puck line with the Colorado Avalanche here. Now with the goalie situation, I really do think this is the Avs game to win big. But I think this really could go to that under. I think it could be a lower scoring puck line cover by the Colorado Avalanche. So for the parlay, I'm not even going to put this one in parlay. There is no value here putting the Avs in the parlay. But the best bet in this is the Colorado Avalanche on that puck line. The St. Louis Blues and the New York Rangers, you guys, this one I have to go with the over 6 in. I am really concerned with how Jordan Binnington is going to come out. This all depends on where his head's at. His team is frustrated with him. If he comes out with complete frustration, the New York Rangers are going to win this. They're going to get under his skin right away. If he comes out with a new sort of mental mentality coming into this game, because everyone's talking about how he's having tantrums. If he comes out peaceful, I guess, I don't know what the word is. You guys know what the word I'm trying to think of. Into this, he comes out a little zen, then the St. Louis Blues have every opportunity to win this. They are a solid team. Both these teams on losing streaks right now. I have more faith at the end of the day in the New York Rangers. I think they need to start getting things right. They have Igor Shesterkin also in goals. So still give me the over, but I lean on the Rangers in regulation for this. Let's take the Rangers. No, let's take the over 6 for this one for the parlay. Because I really do think that this is one where both of these offenses can step up, especially the Rangers. Between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Boston Bruins, you guys, this is going to be such a phenomenal game. Make sure you watch this. I want to see if we have those goalie props up yet. We still don't have goalie props. I'm expecting us to see Logan Thompson and Ullmark here. If we see Swarman for the Boston Bruins, don't stress. Like someone threw out there, Swarman is not just as good, but I think he's as good as Logan Thompson. I would take the Boston Bruins in regulation. That's what I'm going to throw into the parlay. If I'm betting the Boston Bruins in regulation, no, I like the under. I'm gonna be greedy. You guys know I'm gonna be greedy and sprinkle the Boston Bruins on that puck line because they have when they've won. Well, they won the last 23 as a favorite, but they've also won and covered that puck line in the last 11. So I'm seriously going to hit it there. People on TikTok, I see you asking who I'm talking to. I'm live on YouTube. Come on over to YouTube. You know I'm going to sprinkle on the Boston Bruins on that puck line at -1.5 with beautiful plus money because I cannot look away from that plus money. But let's put the Boston Bruins in regulation here and the under in this game. I really do think it's a lower one. Look at Jack Eichel, though, for his shots on goal over 3.5 at that +108. And once we get these goalie announcements in, come back over here to YouTube. I will have what I like for the save shots on goal. I'm assuming both of these guys get over their shots on goal. I think Logan Thompson's number will come in about 30.5. I'm going to still take it over. If it comes in much higher, I might have to hit it under, but we look at the Boston Bruins, they're averaging 34.5. I think this one is a high shooting percentage game. So I'd be looking at both sides for those overs. Jack Eichel isn't playing. I missed that. Thank you for that. So I guess don't hit Jack Eichel for his shots on goal. What happened to Jack Eichel? What did I miss? I missed something there. I'm still seeing him listed on my book, and that is the frustrating part when they get listed. Okay. The recap of the next game, we have the Washington Capitals taking on the Edmonton Oilers. I'm going big with the Edmonton Oilers here. For the parlay, I'll take the Edmonton Oilers on or in regulation. It's -160 here for them on that money line. I like them in regulation. It's going to bring that down, drop some juice. The Oilers on the puck line, I absolutely love it. -1.5 at +152. You know, I'm sprinkling the heck out of that. I'm also going to look at the Oilers team total over 3.5 at -106. I think this is the best option for that total because I don't trust in the Washington Capitals to go over tonight. So, and there is a definitely revenge here, Rocco, with the Edmonton Oilers. They're looking for a big win over the Capitals. I love it. And we know the usual suspects you can look at for the Edmonton Oilers to get those goals. Look at their shots on goal. We know they are coming in today, so it's going to be a really good game for the Edmonton Oilers. And if they don't, they will be dead to me. The Arizona Coyotes and the Calgary Flames, I got the Calgary Flames, team total over 3.5 at -130. It's a little juicy, but I do think there is value. Again, shop those lines over at Betstamp. I'm going to look at Dan Vladar over his save shots on goal. This is coming in at 22.5 save shots on goal at -122. We know that the Arizona Coyotes aren't really getting these shots, but I do see a couple more shots coming in for them here. They're averaging that 24.1. I think they hit around their average. I think Dan has a phenomenal game, and he doesn't allow these shots to come in. So I know Calgary's limiting opponents to 28.3, but I'm still going to hit the over for Dan Vladar on his save shots on goal here. And that's all. That's all I'm betting in that one. But you can look at Lindholm, Kadri, Toffoli. I think Huberdeau is due for a goal. He's a phenomenal player. We just haven't seen these goals resulting yet. This offense is looking to start jiving. I think you can look at Lindholm for his points. He's leading the team with points as well. And then the last game on the board, the Montreal Canadiens. I love this one as well, versus the Vancouver Canucks. Anytime I can bet against the Vancouver Canucks, I frickin' am going to. I don't like this team. You guys all know it. I apologize to all the Vancouver Canuck fans out there. It's nothing personal. It's just a battle of the West out here. Montreal should have a phenomenal game here. I like Sam Montembeault. I'm going to take Montreal plus 1.5. You're paying a little bit of juice on that puck line. I'm going to sprinkle the heck out of that money line at plus 176. You guys know I love these gross dogs. This is a gross dog tonight to believe in the Montreal Canadiens, but I can't believe in the Canucks. They haven't covered the puck line in their last 4 games. Spencer Martin and this defense is not going to play solid. I think look at the Montreal's team total over 2.5 at -120. It seems like free money here. Who doesn't think the Montreal Canadiens can score 3 goals on a depleted defensive team of the Vancouver Canucks, who's allowing 3.76 goals per game? And I can't get any other way with this game. Give me the over 6.5 for the full game because we know Vancouver can score some goals as well. And then look at Sean Monahan. We know Monahan's abilities. We know he rolls hot and cold. He's got a shots on goal of 2.5 tonight. I'm going to take it over that 2.5. Again, chasing that plus money at plus 128. That was it. What am I throwing in the parlay for this one? Give me Montreal's team total. I got all excited talking about these. You guys can tell. You can tell my premiums 100%. Montreal's team total over 2.5 and Calgary's team total over 3.5 for that parlay. So the parlay is the over 6 between the St. Louis Blues and the New York Rangers, the Boston Bruins in regulation, the Edmonton Oilers in regulation, Montreal over 2.5 and Calgary over 3.5. This is going to be a freaking good day. Let me know which bet is your favorite of all of the bets. And if I'm talking my favorite bets of the day, it's got to be Calgary's team total and Montreal. You guys know it's Montreal. I love Montreal straight up for the win. I also love the Edmonton Oilers on that puck line. I can't believe I'm saying it. They better freaking not let me down at plus 152. I think the Edmonton Oilers are my absolute favorite bet of the day on that puck line. I told you guys my best bet yesterday for everyone joining us and who got the Minnesota Wild. I know we sweat that one out, but we got beautiful plus money with the Minnesota Wild yesterday. Let's get plus money with the Edmonton frickin' Oilers today. If they let me down, they're dead to me. That's all I'm saying. You guys, I appreciate you guys for joining me here. Have a good one. Keep smiling. Let's make some frickin' money. We will be back live on YouTube tomorrow at 3:30 Eastern. Every day of the week at 3:30 Eastern. You know those times adjust a little bit on the weekend. We try to get the show off before any of the games start. So you guys have a good one. Keep smiling. Let's make some freaking money. I will put the goalie props below for everyone on the Vegas and Bruins game. Bye, guys.